Argentina, a nation of tango, football legends, and European charm. A country that proudly shows the world its elegance, its sophistication, its European roots. But behind every polished image, behind every passion of Messi, the romance of Buenos Aires, and the sweeping beauty of Patagonia lies a hidden truth. A truth Argentina does not want you to know or to see. A truth about people, an entire culture that has been silenced, erased, and buried under layers of denial. This is the story of Black Argentina. A story of erasure, a resilience, and of a nation that fights to forget its own blood. When you think of Argentina, what do you see? Blonde hair, blue eyes, tango dancers, thrilling in elegant dresses. But what if I told you that Argentina was once the home to one of the largest populations of Africans in South America? That Buenos Aires in the 18th century was nearly half Black. And that story today, less than 1% of the population dares to identify as Afro-Argentine. How did millions of lives vanish? Where did the legacy go? And why does Argentina try so hard to erase it? The story begins in the 16th century when Spanish ships crossed the Atlantic. They didn't just bring conquerors, they brought human cargo. Africans ripped from the homeland, shackled, enslaved, and forced to work the lands of Argentina. Buenos Aires became a major slave port. Historians estimate that almost 200,000 Africans were brought into Argentina. Their labor built the foundation of this nation, its streets, its economy, even its culture. The drums of African rhythms beat through the streets. African traditions shaped the dance that would later become known as tango. But here's a bit of irony. The very soul of Argentina, the music, the food, the passion, was born from African blood. And yet, as time went on, the country would do everything it could to deny this heritage. In the 19th century, Argentina faced wars of independence, wars against neighboring powers, wars to define its future. And who fought on the front line? Black soldiers. Thousands of Afro-Argentines filled the ranks of the army. They fought, they bled, they died in overwhelming numbers. By the mid-1800s, entire Black communities had been decimated by war and disease. Yellow fever swept through Buenos Aires, and it was the Black population that suffered the heaviest toll. But here's the part they don't tell you in history. The Argentine government at the time saw this tragedy as an opportunity to rewrite the nation's image, to present Argentina to the world not as melting pot, but as a European paradise. In the late 19th century, Argentina made a decision, a cold, deliberate choice. The government launched a campaign to rid the nation. Millions of immigrants were invited from Italy, Spain, and Germany. The message was clear. Argentina wanted to be the Europe of South America. Officials documents stopped calling Black people. Census record erased their existence. In school books, the contributions of Afro-Argentine disappeared. The black face of Argentina was written out of history. Imagine this, an entire people told they no longer exist. A culture painted over with a brush of European pride. This wasn't an accident, it was a tragedy, and it worked. By the 20th century, Argentina was known to the world as a white nation. The myth was complete. But myth cannot erase blood. They cannot silence memory forever. So where did they go? The truth is, they never left. Afro-Argentines blended into population, their identity hidden under the pressure of survival. Many intermarried with Europeans. Many stopped identifying as black altogether because society punished them for it. Others were silenced by poverty, pushed into shadows of Buenos Aires, away from glamour that the nation sold to the world. Even today, Afro-Argentines are told they don't exist. They are mocked, ignored, dismissed as foreigners when they walk their own streets. It is as if the nation collectively agreed to forget them, to look away from its own reflection. But no matter how hard Argentina tried, some legacies cannot be destroyed. The tango, the national dance, the pride of Argentina, was born from African rhythms. The milonga, the candombe, the drums of enslaved Africans. These were the heartbeat of Buenos Aires before tango had a name. The Spanish language in Argentina carries African words. The food, the traditions, the celebrations, many traced back to Africa. Yet, ask the average Argentine today about this history, and most will shrug or deny or say, that's not us, we are European. But history tells another story. Argentina's roots are not only European, they are African. And the denial of this truth is not just cultural amnesia, it is cultural violence. Today, a new generation of Afro-Argentine is rising. They are reclaiming their identity, their heritage, their voices. In neighborhoods of Buenos Aires, the candombe drums are being played again. Afro-Argentine activists demand recognition, fighting to be seen in a country that tells them they are invisible. In 2010, for the first time in over a century, a national census finally included the category Afro-descendant. It was a small victory, but a powerful one, a step towards acknowledging what was always true. Black Argentina exists. It has always existed, and it will not be erased. The sad truth is this: Argentina had spent centuries trying to bury its African past, to cover its track, to sell a European image to the world. But the bones of history do not stay buried forever. For every tango beat, every whispered story, for every Afro-Argentine who refuses to be invisible, truth rises. And maybe one day, Argentina will finally embrace its fully self, not just the Europe it longs to be, but the African that built its soul. Because erasing history does not erase reality. And the reality is this: Argentina is not just white. Argentina is black too. And that truth will never die.